One of our nation's most diverse enterprises is transporting valuable items safely from place to place. The most common means, of course, is the post office. For expensive items in bulk, armored cars are available. Sometimes people may just use a relative who wouldn't mind a weekend in Paris, Las Vegas, London, perhaps Rome. But if you don't have a relative you can trust and the item is especially valuable, there is another way to go. You could use a bonded courier. These men perform a service so dangerous that their lives are uninsurable. In fact, insurance companies have a special term for the bonded courier: target risk. This particular target risk is being reclaimed from Hong Kong Harbor. As we've just observed, the life of a bonded courier ranges from the impossible to the hazardous. A bonded courier cannot report an incident of this kind to the police because his identity would be revealed and his career ended. For that reason, couriers work out of high-security clearinghouses, where every effort is made to keep their identities secret. This target risk's name is Matt Considine, and he's concluding an assignment that began a few days ago in Rhodesia.
Absolutely authentic. Do I understand you brought these out of Rhodesia?
Yes.
That must have been difficult.
What value do you assign to these, Mr. Considine?
$3 million?
Mr. Gustav Gunderson, white courtesy telephone, please.
Gustav Gunderson here.
We have a call for you from Mr. Ambrose Finn in Dublin, Ireland. Go ahead, please.
Matthew, me dear fella.
Have you started your stopwatch, Ambrose? Because the overseas rate goes up in 3 minutes now.
Is there a problem?
Ah, sure, there's no problem at all, boy. It's just a little something came up I wanted to talk to you about.
I'm going skiing, Ambrose, and I don't plan to tell you where.
Oh, yes, Matt, but this is an interesting job. You'll like it.
I don't want to hear about it.
All right, Matt, I'm not going to argue with you. Not at these rates. Listen, call me back when you've completed your delivery, right?
I'll think about it. Goodbye. No need to turn around, Mrs. Campbell. Paintings are in the folder. Once you verify you've received what you ordered, please sign this receipt.
You have an unusual way of conducting business.
It's for the protection of both of us. You may not feel you need protection, but I do.
When I was forced to leave my country, I never thought I'd see these again. You've done your job well. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure, Mrs. Campbell.
Let me tell you, this could be a dangerous job, so you should bring your gun along, be prepared to use it if necessary. But on the good side, there's a nice fat bonus. Oh, and by the way, the client asked for you.
That's impossible.
Oh, not by name. No, you know him. You worked with him a few years ago. His name is Paul Dvorak. He's an emerald importer.
Dvorak. Oh, yeah, I remember him. And I didn't like him. He's long on stingy and short on trust. That's a terrible combination. Send him somebody else. He'll never know the difference.
And it's the kind of a job you like, Matt. You know, a people job.
Who's the people?
You're getting interested. All right, then. Let's switch to Gaelic. Es Dvorak e Fane. Bawal leis a huat fe kelt e Fane agus a band o Californ go nua awak.
Ambrose, try to remember that I didn't grow up with Gaelic like you did now. There was some kind of weasel word in there that I can't translate. So in simple terms, what's the catch?
Ní féidir le mé ní eile rá ach the wine. Go bhfuil gach rud as ceann bord.
Canturak. Keiko Buelak.
Cé cansúra a bhfuil sé? Duine a hankal go nua arc ó California. Mana dogáin an íocha, $2,000,000.
Cuig miog diog doler. Led to hoila. Toshe nismo canturak. Toshe marafak.
You're turning it down? Oh, come on now, Matt. That's not like you.
Have you ever known me to turn down that kind of money? If you just would have told me about the bonus in the first place, I could have saved myself a phone call.
Four years ago, you had red hair. You walked with a limp. Had a code name.
You've got a good memory.
Do I still call you Allan Higby?
No, this time it's Marty Scanlon.
Is that your real name?
No.
Pay your bill. Let's get out of here. I know, first of all, around here, my name is Staveck. Leonard Staveck. Now, don't call me anything else.
This could get confusing. You know why I changed my name. Why'd you change yours?
It's a long story. Now, you stay here a minute, man. I live on a ranch. It's about a 3-hour drive from here.
Well, that ought to give us enough time.
Time for what?
For everything, Paul. Leonard. I don't work in the dark. I want to know everything. Who you're running from and why.
Well, didn't Ambrose Finn explain everything to you?
He was a bit vague.
He was told to be. I explained everything to him, and he accepted my explanation.
Fine, then explain it to me so I can accept it.
I'm not going to tell you anything you don't need to know. It's a condition of the job. Did he tell you that?
No.
He should have, because I'm paying him, you, an awful lot of money. You see, there are certain people, or maybe I should say a certain person who doesn't want me to get to New York. Now, if he is able to find me, he'll try to stop me.
Does that van mean anything to you?
No, why?
It was at the post office when we left town.
Is yours the same one?
Yes. Who's the man who doesn't want you to get to New York?
That's something you don't have to know.
Then I've got a money-saving suggestion for you. You don't need me. Why don't you just sneak out of your house some night and catch a plane to New York?
Airport's unsafe. They're watched. Besides, I don't fly. I never have and never will. So we have to get there by car.
I want to dump that van. I'm getting off here. We can get back on the freeway later. This man, he wants to stop you. Will he kill you to do it?
With great pleasure and efficiency.
And you plan to take your wife?
I have to. Otherwise, she'd be in even more danger.
How much does she know?
Only what I've told you. I've thought about this a long time. I know exactly what I want to do. So if you take this job, you take it on my terms. If you don't take it, I'll pay all your expenses up to now.
You don't know what a pleasure it is to meet one of my husband's friends. Leonard hates to talk about himself, don't you, dear? Well, are you in the gem importing business?
I have been from time to time.
I know that was Leonard's trade, before he decided to come west and be a gentleman rancher. Me? I was born not 20 miles from where you're standing. My grandfather was killed by the Indians. My grandmother was pregnant at the time. When the Indians came for her, she fought them off with a pistol and a meat cleaver. And she lived to tell me the story.
Now, pioneer women, they don't scare easy.
I picked up Dvorak coming out of the post office.
Get to the point. Where does he live?
I lost him.
What happened? Wasn't the signal on him?
No. Either it wasn't working or it hasn't arrived yet.
Well, how'd you lose him?
I was using good procedure, Frank. But I think he's hired himself some professional help. I tailed him for a long time behind, and I got up in front of him just like the textbook says. But he spotted me anyway and took an off-ramp. Now, only a damned good professional would know he was being tailed. By the time I could double back, he was gone.
All right. We won't pass this on. He won't make a move till he gets that letter, and we'll have him covered.
Okay. Frank, thanks.
Have you, made a decision?
Yes.
What's that?
I'll pass.
Oh.
I'll take those expenses you offered me, and I'll do what I was planning to do before Ambrose roped me into this thing. Go skiing.
You know, there's a reason why I haven't told you any more than I have. The man that wants me, he's very rich, very powerful. And if I were to tell you who he is, you might sell me to him for $1 million, maybe two.
If you think I'd do that, then that's a very good reason why you should hire somebody else.
Damn it, I'm not going to put my life in your hands. You're going to have to trust me.
No, you're wrong there. You're going to have to trust me. I've carried jewels worth millions of dollars for you. That's why you got me here.
You carried merchandise, you see. There's a difference. Now, if you tried to rob me at that time, then there'd be consequences. But now, if you try to pull something on me, who would know? I'd be dead. I expect you to be competent, cautious, and work within a budget. Now, I'll tell you what you have to know, when you have to know it. I'll tell you something else. I'm going to up the bonus to $25,000. Now, will you take the job? $25,000.
Will you accept my ground rules?
What are they?
Well, since you won't tell me what I'm up against, I'll assume maximum danger. And since we're driving, I'll want to change cars whenever I feel it's necessary. And I don't want to drive without a state place. We change cars every time we cross a state line.
This is getting to be a pretty expensive trip.
Yeah, it'll cost money, lots of it. And all cash, no credit card receipts that can be traced. And no rented cars. We buy them and we dump them whenever we feel like it.
I hadn't planned on that much cash.
Well, then change your plans.
All right.
Second, we'll need some camouflage. And I will assume they're watching the highways. They'll be looking for a man and a woman together, and they may have figured that you've hired some help. I want to take another person along.
No.
Then I'm out.
What do you mean you're out?
Two couples traveling cross-country would attract much less...
Wait a minute. Did you say two couples?
A woman, an operative from a detective agency in San Francisco. Good with a gun, not afraid to use it. Now, doesn't that make sense?
Now, how much will that cost?
I don't know. $5 grand.
And we won't have to tell her anything.
Now, what the hell could I tell her? Are we agreed?
Yes, yeah, all right.
Good. I'll be back tomorrow night. And I want you to think about this while I'm gone.
What's that?
How much help I can be to you depends on how much I know, whether you want to believe it or not.
Well, listen, you're doing fine so far. Just a minute. On the way back, will you stop at Lone Pine and take a look in my post office box? I'm expecting a letter there. In fact, I was hoping to get it before I left. This is the combination.
Hello, Rachel. May we?
I want to get one thing straight first. Whatever this is all about, I'm not interested. I only came because I wanted to see you again. And don't ask me why, because I don't know.
I do. Scotch with a twist.
Right. Well, it's been 2 years, Tony. Only it isn't Tony anymore, is it? The office said that you're calling yourself Martin.
Marty. Scanlon.
Marty, I wrote you in care of that hotel in New York. Did you ever get that?
No.
I addressed it to Tony Banner, and I'm beginning to think that isn't your real name either, right?
Right.
So why did you come here? And why did you say that I was the only operative that you could use?
I need you.
Well, I don't know quite how to take that. You know, the least that you could do is act happy to see me.
I am very happy to see you. And I would like to see much more of you, but I can't unless you take the job.
What job?
Underground a man and his wife to New York City.
Hazard pay?
And a bonus.
Oh, then you are a cop, after all.
No, I'm not a cop. And it's legitimate. But it's dangerous.
Who's going to be shooting at us?
I wish I knew. There's a lot I don't know. Maybe nobody, and then you won't even have to earn your bonus.
All right. Why are we sitting here?
It's because we have to leave for the airport in 7 minutes.
Oh, no, I have to go back to my apartment first.
No. You have everything you need with you. We'll buy the rest there.
And how much is this bonus?
5,000.
And it's really legit?
Yes.
Make it 10,000 and you got me.
No. It's 5,000 and it's not my money.
You had better make it 10. You need me. What's wrong?
No van.
What did you expect? Sitting ducks? I doubt that they'd be that stupid.
Here. Go buy some clothes and some boots, and I'll meet you later at the Wagon Wheel Cafe.
If you find them, or if they find you, what then? Well, you are paying me for my brilliant tactical mind.
See ya. Want to earn some money?
How about it, monkey man? You need a smoky? 10-6 Princess T.
Well?
Doing what? And how much?
For eyeballing my four-wheeler. 2 green stamps for you, and 2 for Princess T. All I want to know is if anybody comes near it. We'll be gone 10 minutes. 10-4?
You give us $4?
2 now and 2 when I come back. You want the job?
We'll take it.
There you go.
Hey, what do you give me that for? Rob on his 4-wheeler. He's gonna give us 2 more bucks later. Well, I get half.
Well?
Nobody came near it, mister.
You sure about that?
Nobody came near it. Really. Yours, 2 more bucks. Thanks. Now we're even on the money. Come on.
You know, I hope you lost him.
I lost him.
Well, maybe I should have rented that room anyway. Sorry.
What's the road map for?
Just trying to find my way out of here in case you didn't come back.
Wake up. Look behind us.
There's a car back there.
Right.
I thought you lost the tailor.
I did. Would you just keep an eye on him, please?
He's not there. Could he have turned off?
No. We haven't passed a side road in 5 miles. Keep watching.
You know, you've gotten very paranoid.
Coming from you, that's a compliment.
I'm going to be real disappointed if I find out you work for the CIA.
You won't.
What? Find out or be disappointed? Still nothing. What are you doing?
I think he dropped back and turned his lights out. And if he did, he made a big mistake. Hello. Leonard, Emma, this is Rachel.
Hello. Hello, Rachel. It's so nice to meet you. Leonard says you came all the way from San Francisco.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, you must be exhausted. Just look at you poor thing.
Oh, I always look like this.
How about a cup of tea to perk you up?
Thank you.
Her price was 10 grand, not 5.
Now, when I agree to 5, I don't mean 10.
Uh-huh, and I think it's important that we have her, so if you won't pay it, I will.
Oh, come on, let's not get into that, huh?
Oh, yeah, and I picked up your letter at the post office. And you remember that blue van? Well, it was there. Only hidden someplace.
Were you followed?
I drove 50 miles in the wrong direction and lost it. And then I picked up another tail on my way back through town. Don't ask me how. I lost that one, too. I think.
We have to leave right now.
There are 5 main routes east out of Nevada. 2 are interstate highways, 80 and 14. We've got men with beepers on each route at fixed positions and mobile teams on the highway with radios. We've got a check on all the car rental agencies and all the airports. We should have a fix on him by noon.
You've lost him twice already.
Yeah, well, the bug that we've got on him isn't perfect.
Do you know he still has it?
Yeah, we located his ranch early this morning. If he'd left the letter behind, we'd have picked up a signal. We didn't. As long as we've got a direct line of sight, we're okay, but large buildings and hills can knock it out. And even when we've got it, we don't know what direction it's coming from.
Now, the energy cell on this bug's good for about another 5 days, but we better have him nailed a lot sooner than that. The budget on this thing is too big for mistakes. Now, we want him fast, and we're paying for results. In fact, I'll sweeten the pot. The man who brings him down is going to have a very promising future. And that's straight from the top.
I'd like to stop at the next town.
Not yet.
Please, Leonard. I'm tired and dirty, and I need a bath.
I'm sorry. We have to keep moving. Now, why don't you take a nap?
No, I can't sleep in the car. We've been on the road for hours.
Hello, is the manager around? Hello? I'm looking for the manager. I want to buy a truck. No English. Queremos comprar un camión. Parla italiano? Mila Salonica? Repas puede apela Portugal? आप उर्दू बात करते हैं? आप कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं? मैं आपकी कैसी मदद दे सकता हूँ? तायरो, आहिस्ते। मैं बाद में आपको बोलूँगा। पहली मुझे गाड़ी की ज़रूरत है। मैनेजर साहब आहा ही? ज़रा तायरो, हम जाके टेलीफोन करेंगे। चलो हमारा साथ चलो। गुड। आप कहाँ से रहने हैं? मैं आपकी कैसी मदद दे सकता हूँ?
What were they speaking?
Well, I've heard a lot of different languages, but I don't recognize that one.
You find an old friend?
Oh, well, I went to school for a year in Karachi. He was born there.
Oh, that was Indian you were speaking?
Sort of. It was Urdu.
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 Right.
And Portuguese and Italian. How many languages do you know?
I travel a lot. Look, I'm gonna need some cash.
How much?
I don't know, about 2,000. I won't know until the owner gets here. He went to call him now.
You're gonna buy a truck?
Not a truck. A school bus.
don't know what I can do for you, Mr. Baxter. Our company's policy is to send them back when they're damaged. They get restored, you know.
Mm-hmm. You say you want them for a birthday party? Well, it's this little gag my wife came up with to surprise the kids, you know? Gosh, it'd be too bad if we couldn't do it. I was planning to buy some clothes to go along with them.
Well...
Okay, folks, time for school.
Oh, no. Marty, you are terrific. No, I take that back. You are the Da Vinci of, whatever. Well, at least they won't be noisy. Little Mary Lou has to go to the bathroom.
Oh, little Mary Lou can wait.
I suppose that means that I will have to wait, too. I'll wait.
Honey, are you all right back there?
I'm fine, dear. Thank you.
Light blue Ford wagon, 69. Light blue VW Bug. Beige 75 GMC pickup. Yeah, and a bus full of school kids. Brown 74 Capri, and a blue Jeepster, maybe 70, 71. Yellow Chevy pickup, and an orange Datsun or Toyota. Well, I couldn't tell what year. They all look alike to me. About 20 minutes ago, headed east.
Got it. We'll start looking.
You know, I can drive one of these things.
Well, you may know that, but I don't know that.
Well, I can. And in case you didn't notice, you didn't sleep last night. You get tired, you make mistakes. The voice of experience.
Well, we're gonna need gas pretty soon, so you can tell little Mary Lou that...
What about a few hours in a motel? That is not what I meant. Leonard?
Yes?
Our driver here is about to fall asleep at the wheel. What do you think if we stop for a few hours?
No, we have to keep moving. One of us can drive.
The voice of the tour guide. I guess I'll settle for coffee.
That's it. Somewhere up there. Blue Jeep stuck there turning off. Get in behind it.
What's wrong with you stupid idiots? You trying to kill us all?
Yeah, all right. Look, put the rest of your men on Interstate 40. I'll be in Arizona in a few hours. A signal was picked up east of Kingman, but our genius has lost him.
Make that order to go. I gotta get moving. We've been here all of 5 minutes.
All right, we can eat on the road. Come on.
I'd like to talk to you. You have to be in New York by a certain time?
Yes, there is a time factor.
You didn't tell me that. In fact, there's too damn many things you haven't told me.
I told you there was a time factor. Now, I gotta get there as soon as possible.
You expect us to drive all night?
Why not? We can sleep in shifts, or isn't the bus comfortable enough for you?
It's all the same to me, but you might want to explain it to your wife.
Plain or with cheese, Emma?
I'm not hungry, thank you.
Well, it's here if you want it.
Food's on the bus! All aboard!
Now, are you sure you know how to drive this thing?
One-handed. It's about midnight. You should be asleep.
I am. Is everything all right?
Everything's fine. I never knew that you could speak so many languages.
Well, I traveled a lot with my father when I was a kid. Went around the world 2 or 3 times before I was 16. Picked up the language of whatever country we happened to be in.
Yes?
Well, when you're a kid, it's easy. Do you know what a wildcatter is?
Sure. That's a petroleum engineer without a degree.
Well, my father could smell oil from an airplane a mile above the ground. He could look at a piece of land and tell you where to sink your well and how much oil you'd get out of it. There was a lot of demand for a talent like that, so he traveled a lot. My mother, she just disappeared one day, so I traveled with him.
Well, where is he now?
He died fighting an oil fire in Brazil.
That's the first thing that you've ever told me about yourself, you know? Well, don't stop now.
Well, what else do you want to know?
Oh, what do you do for a living? If you're not a cop and you're not with the CIA?
I'm a teamster. Listen, you want me to drive for a while?
No, if you don't want to talk, go back to sleep.
Okay.
My grandmother's day, if you didn't crochet or knit or weave, your family went cold. Now I'm afraid it's just a way to relax.
I like meditating, only more productive. And it looks a lot more difficult, too.
My grandmother taught my mother, and my mother taught me, so I'm sure I could teach you. It only looks difficult. Loop it around, and then you pull it through, like this.
Emma, I think think I'm already in trouble.
Oh, it's really quite simple.
You know, we've come less than 1,000 miles since we left.
So?
This bus isn't fast enough. We do better in a car.
The bus has Arizona plates. We'll have to dump it as soon as we leave the state.
Well, at least we can move around in here. In fact, I like the bus. Do we have to get rid of it?
Yes. How about Gallup? That's the next town.
That's not in the blue book. The best I can offer you is 1,500.
Can I see that? 1,500. Make it 2,000 and we can make a trade on another car.
I'll have to call the owner. I don't know if he'll want it sitting around here. Tell you what, take a look around, pick out the car you want. Now, I'm not making any promises, but I'll do the best I can.
All right.
Got that list of cars on you?
Yeah. Every one of them's been checked out. Let's face it, they're probably 200 miles from here.
Wasn't there a school bus on that list?
Yeah. Why?
Did anybody check it out?
A school bus. What for?
There's a school bus on that used car lot back there.
Bunch of dummies in here.
Put that gun away! You want to bring the cops!
Check it out. I'll cover you.
Hey, what are you doing there?
Excuse me. There were 3 people sitting at this table.
They left.
You don't happen to know when they left? I was supposed to meet them here.
Oh, they waited for you. Sitting in my booth, drinking my coffee. You know there's a 50-cent minimum on these booze, mister? I gotta make a living,
When
you know.
did they leave?
Half hour ago.
Yeah, they were here. I sold them a Plymouth Volare. It's real nice, too. 35,000 miles, new rubber.
What color?
I just gave it a tune-up day before yesterday.
Now, what color was the Volare you sold her?
It's blue. Just had it painted last week.
So what's the fastest car in the lot you can sell me?
Partner, you looking for a fast car?
the danger. Now, we discussed this at least 50 times, and besides, you said that you could handle anything. Now,
You said that, Leonard, not me. I don't believe you.
Emma.
I don't believe any of this.
Emma.
I want out of here. I want to get on an airplane and go to Seattle.
Emma.
I mean it, Leonard. I'm going to my daughter's. I'm not going to stay and be married to a stranger. I'm going to go to Seattle. And this time I'm going to get a divorce.
Well, there goes the last of the pioneer women.
She may not be as brave and as strong as she thought she was, but if you'd known her under different circumstances, you know, better circumstances, she was... I guess I always knew that if she came along and things got rough, I'd lose her. But maybe now she'll be safe. I hope.
You're about to lose me too, Leonard.
What?
Well, it makes me nervous when people try to kill me. And it's happened twice today, before lunch.
You're saying you want to back out?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm not driving you another mile until I'm sure if it's worth it. And I'm not talking about the money, not the bonus, and not how much I could get if I sold you out to Vince Leone.
What'd you say?
I picked up the newspaper you threw away yesterday. Vince Leone's on trial for murder in New York now. Now, that fits with what little you told me. But what I want to know is what's the connection, Leonard? Because I gotta tell you, we should have been in the clear by now. I mean, they almost nailed us this morning, and I haven't got a clue as to how the hell they did it. Now, either I'm making mistakes, or you're not telling me all that I need to know. So, unless you want to drive yourself the rest of the way, I suggest you start talking.
May I second the motion?
All right, good. Good. You can start with 4 years ago, the last time I worked for you.
I was Paul Dvorak then, Rachel. I was in the import business in New York, dealing in precious stones. I was doing very well, and then suddenly things went wrong, and I went bankrupt. Yeah, I lost everything I had. In fact, I lost a lot of things I didn't have, so I decided what I'd do was go into smuggling. I had a perfect front, but I needed connections, and that's when I got a hold of Vince Leone. And I said to him, all right, I'll go into business with you on a 50-50 basis, provided you don't move any of your stuff into the country along with what I move in. And he said, fine, he'd agree. He'd keep it clean. What we were doing, we were bringing emeralds up from Colombia, and one day one of my shipments was stopped. The 2 men who were carrying it, they were arrested. My shipment was confiscated, and in it was 2 kilos of brown heroin. Feds, they couldn't prove anything on me. I was clear. But I turned myself in anyway and got myself immunity in order that I could testify against Leone. I wanted to send him up for life.
What happened?
Well, the 2 men they caught were convicted, and Leone, he was acquitted. I was given a new identity and moved to Nevada. That was a year ago. And then Leone was arrested for murder. Seems he shot his girlfriend. Now, the gun he used was a very special gun. I know, because I gave it to him as a birthday present 3 years ago. Feds, they found the gun, but they couldn't prove it belonged to Leone. But I could. See, I had the registration number, the serial number, the name, and all that. And I figured that I was able to finish something that I'd started. Heroin is the same thing as mass murder. I'll nail him for that, and he knows it. So he went looking for me. He started with my sister in Maryland. His people came to her pretending to be feds. And they kind of trying to reach me. That's when I got a hold of Ambrose Finn. And they came back the second time and they beat her. Oh man, they beat her good. And finally they got her to tell the only thing she knew about me, and that was my post office box in California. The rest you know, except that I heard about his trial starting, and I was kind of worried that I wouldn't get there in time.
Well, why didn't you just have the New York DA's office bring you there?
Because someone on the take might try to get into the act, and then I'd be a dead man. Besides, they're they're incredibly incompetent people.
Leone's a hard man to put in jail. You may fail at it again.
So?
So I think you're crazy.
What do you think?
I think you're crazy too, but I like you for it.
Why are we slowing down?
Road south of here, Highway 6, runs due east through New Mexico.
Now, wait a minute. That's not a main road. It'll be slow going.
But it'll be safer.
Look, I can't afford the time.
Leonard, they've hit us twice on interstate highways. They must have a lot more men than I thought possible. If we don't get lucky, I don't think we're gonna make it at all. So I'm changing the route.
All right.
If I didn't know better, I'd think they put some kind of a signal on us. A tracer, but that's impossible.
Is it?
It is, because if they were close enough to plant a bug, they'd be close enough to use their guns. Out here, at least, there's less traffic. If we are being followed, we'll see it sooner. So we might as well all relax. It's going to be quite a while till we get to the next town.
What's he doing?
Well, it could be from one of the ranches around here, you know.
Now get on the radio.
Southend, we spotted them heading east on Highway 6. They're in a green sedan. Looks like a Ford or a Chevrolet. Get after them.
Okay, we got it.
It could be the highway patrol.
No, he's staying right on top of us. The highway patrol doesn't have to do that. They just radio on ahead and leave it to a squad car.
They just turned north at the Alamogordo Reservoir cutoff.
Okay, roger. We got company.
We've got them. They're about a half mile ahead.
I want to make damn sure Dvorak is in that car before we move on him. Get a closer look.
Green 73 Ford LTD, New Mexico plates, 2 men and a woman. I think the guy in the back seat's Dvorak.
There should be 4 of them. They must have dropped off one of the women. Can you handle the situation?
We'll handle it.
All right, take them.
Now, how's the traffic?
It's clear. Move fast.
You stick around and watch.
of here. This fuel tank is sucking air.
Get down!
Oh, no. No.
Give me your gun. Here. Get the luggage out of the trunk, put them in the truck.
What are you doing?
I'm going to make it appear as if they shot each other. Now, it wouldn't convince an idiot, but it might confuse one.
Hey. Thanks. Ooh. That was pretty real out there for a moment.
Come on, come on, come on!
What's that?
What? They do have a signal on us. How? It can't be in the car. Do you still have that letter from your sister? My. And there it is.
It is?
This little number is a micro-transmitter. I've seen them in Europe. It sends out a signal for a mile or so in every direction. And every time we get near one of these receivers, beep, and they know about it.
Get rid of it.
I will. Hey! Wow, that's a beautiful machine, man. What a nice machine, man. Really? Wow. How far you headed, huh?
Just headed down the line where it's nice and warm, where I can keep my scooter clean.
Oh, you headed west then?
I don't know, man. I'm just headed. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, hang in there, man. Huh? All right?
I don't think you should go any further without a night's rest.
You mean I am actually going to take a shower and sleep in a real bed?
That's exactly what I mean.
Good. Get in. There's a motel just down the street. I'll drop you two off. State line's only a couple of miles away. I'll dump this truck on the other side, and I'll pick up a car with Texas plates. Now, you two get some groceries, and get plenty, because once we start, we're not stopping until we get to New York.
You handled yourself real good out there today.
Thanks. You worried about Emma?
No, not really. I have other things to worry about. I did think about her.
Are you still in love with her?
I'm not sure if I was ever really in love with her. Sometimes people tend to think more about convenience than love.
Oh, I think that's very sad if it's true. It doesn't sound like you, though.
Why not?
Well, from what you told us today, you feel very strongly about the things you believe in.
Well, doesn't everybody?
I guess so. I like the things that you believe in. I like what you're doing. And I don't think you're a man who puts convenience at the top of a list of things that are important to him.
Thank you for saying that. How'd you get into this line of work?
My father was a cop, an honest cop. I think he was a little like you in some ways.
I never said I was honest.
Oh, no, what I mean is, he wouldn't go along with something if he knew it was wrong, no matter how much money was involved or how much pressure was put on it. He was killed in action. I was about 18 at the time. And then a funny thing happened. I was 22, I'd just gotten out of college. I joined the police force.
You know, you're the first pretty girl I've ever met that followed in her father's footsteps.
I still don't know why I did it, but I did it. And I stayed on the force for 3 years. I learned how hard it was to be an honest cop. And I learned something else, too.
What was that?
I think my father was murdered over a bribe that he refused to take. And I think it was another cop who killed him. I could never prove it. I quit the force. I bummed around for a year or two. And then finally, when I had to get a job, the only thing I knew how to do well, I joined a detective agency.
Well, I'm glad you came along, because I don't think we would have made it without you.
Oh, I think you would have. Every now and then, the good guys have to win. They do.
What the hell's the matter with you guys? Huh?
I'm telling you, they killed 2 guys down here. I don't know how they did it. They had more firepower than we gave them credit for. They found the bug and they planted it on some guy going west. I don't know how to say this, but... well, we've lost him.
Hey, Vince, you know what they made me do back there? They made me strip down naked. They went through my wallet, my clothes. They put me through a body search. I have never...
Shut up! Something has gone wrong. Tell me about it.
I just got a call from Frank Oberon. Dvorak got away. They killed 2 of our men and they planted the bug on...
I don't care about the details. How much money do I pay you, Carl?
$1,200 a week?
Plus street action that pays off like a slot machine. Adds up, doesn't it?
Yes, Mr. Leone.
You know why I pay you so much? Because you are supposed to be a resourceful man. That means I depend on you to hire people who deliver.
I don't understand it, Mr. Leone. Frank Oberon's one of the best. He always does good work for us.
He'll be lucky if he doesn't end up in the dashboard of a new Chevrolet. He had the budget and the manpower, and he still screwed up. And I'm holding you responsible. What have you done to salvage this disaster, Carl?
Nothing yet, Mr. Leone. I mean, the minute I heard from Oberon, I came right over to report to you.
In other words, you don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, isn't it too late for Dvorak to testify now?
Hell no! You should know the DA can reopen his case. All he needs is something he can call new evidence. Listen, there's one thing we both know for sure, isn't there? They are coming here, aren't they? They have to travel on roads to do that, don't they? And there are only 20 roads into the city. You follow? I want you to see that all those roads are covered. Use the union. They owe me. And don't pull anyone away from the airports. They could still come by plane. I want those people stopped, Carl. And I don't care what it costs.
Yes, Mr. Leone.
You've got this one chance left. I know you won't let me down, huh? Get out.
I want to thank you for saving my life today.
Oh. That was your life we were saving?
See you tomorrow.
Good night. I want you to know I've got a room with color TV, free coffee, and a king-size bed. I think I'm in heaven.
Where's my room? Where's your room? Oh. So what happened? You ran out of money?
Oh, you creep.
Why don't you step inside and say that?
Hey, you know what? This is my room, pal.
Oh.
I don't want it to be like the last time. You can't just disappear on me again.
I won't. I promise.
I was watching the TV, the news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
The prosecution rested its case against Leone last night.
What? After only one day?
You know, I used to think there were at least 20 people more powerful than Leone in this country. But maybe I'm wrong.
Well, what does it mean? Are we too late?
If a prosecutor gets new evidence, he can reopen his case anytime before it goes to the jury. Let's get moving.
Wait a minute. Are you sure of that?
No.
Did you two forget to sleep last night?
Oh, no. We slept. At least I think we did.
You like him?
He's fairly attractive for a man I don't know anything about. How did he get involved in this thing with you?
Money?
You said that he worked for you before. Doing what?
Why don't you ask him?
I have. He won't tell me.
I'm sure not going to tell you.
Go ahead and tell her, Leonard.
Hey, you're supposed to be asleep.
I was. Until you two started talking. Tell her. You know she won't shut up until you do.
Well, he's a bonded courier. He used to work for me running jewels into the country when I was legal.
A courier? I'll bet Marty Scanlon isn't your real name either.
No. But it's close.
Leonard, call the district attorney and tell him you're coming. It's the only way. You have to.
Nope.
Well, why not?
Well, I'll tell you why not. The first time I tried for Leone, I called the feds and asked for a secret meeting. So they send this man to the place I chose. It was Grand Central Station. Now, this joker, he walks in wearing a marshal's uniform in broad daylight, and he's having me paged. Would you believe that? It wasn't funny then, but it's kind of funny now, that's for sure. No, we'll drive day and night, and we're going to take our chances.
It's uncomfortable and your back hurts. But if you don't stay out of sight, none of us will get to New York.
All right, all right.
Answer the question. Will his testimony be admissible in the trial?
If he has new evidence, and it sounds like he does, then the judge may allow us to reopen our case in chief. But I'll have to talk to Dvorak.
No.
I cannot make any arrangements till I have an opportunity to see him.
He doesn't want to talk to you. He wants to talk to the jury. Now, he has documents that prove the gun belonged to Leone.
What is the man afraid of? We can give him protection.
He won't accept it. He's afraid. Someone in your office will screw up or sell him out. And with a man like Leone, you've got to admit that it's possible. So let me make all the arrangements to get him into court. You won't know any of the specifics. Just tell me when.
How about you, when you're through with me? Where are you going?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Well, when you do decide, wherever you go, will you go alone?
Leonard, what sort of question is that to ask?
That's a personal question. Do you mind?
No. You can ask as long as I don't have to answer.
Oh, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I mean... But what do you want, Rachel?
What? Is that the question?
You can come with me. Yeah. Assuming that Leone's convicted, I won't be in any danger, and I have enough money to live well. Real well. And I could share it with somebody that I care for and respect.
I'm sorry. I just didn't expect you to ask anything like that. And for some crazy reason, it makes me want to cry. Leonard, you're such a good man. Very brave and idealistic. You know, I respect and care for you, too.
I meant what I said. It's there for you if you want it.
I don't know. Marty and I... Doesn't that bother you?
Nope. No, I wouldn't have asked you if I thought that you and he had any, any plans together.
No. No plans. But maybe it wouldn't be the same between you and me.
No, maybe it wouldn't. Maybe it would be better.
Now I am gonna cry. And I don't even know the reason for it.
That is not true. At 11:30 that night, he was with me in Long Island.
Dvorak's in town. I just got word from the DA's office.
Your Honor, may we approach the bench?
They're gonna ask for a recess and the judge's permission to let him testify tomorrow.
Defense counsel? Counsel?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I understand that the prosecution has requested...
You'd better not let this happen.
Mr. Leone, we've called in all our IOUs.
All but one. Get Lieutenant Larson on the phone. Tell him we've got to know what entrance they're using to bring him in and when. The arrangements I leave to you.
This court is adjourned until tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. I'll meet with counsel immediately in my chambers.
What's your real name?
You don't like Marty Scanlon.
No, I don't.
No.
Damn it, you know you can disappear while you're still in the room.
My name is Matthew Considine. And there's a reason for what I do, Rachel. I have the most vulnerable job in the world. I'm a target. I don't want people I know in danger because of my job. I don't want some trigger-happy punk trying to get to me through my friends.
No, I can understand that. But why do I get the feeling, even when we're together, that deep down inside yourself, you're really very alone?
Because I am. Because I have to be, otherwise I get nervous, just like I get nervous when I stay in the same place too long.
And what if you stay with the same person?
It's never happened. But with you, I think it could.
Now, is that why you came to San Francisco for me?
As a man in Ireland, the man I work for will take me on as a partner as soon as I have enough money to buy in. And then it'd be different. Then I'd have a desk with my real name on it.
And when will you have enough money?
One of these years. And then I'll have a house. And I hope a woman. And 1 or 2 kids. Well, dogs, anyway.
And what happens to us between now and then?
I don't know. We wait.
And you work? Alone?
Yes.
I don't know, Matthew. I just don't know. Get into the court. I'm all right.
You got the wrong man. Shut up. You got the wrong man. Shut up.
Hey, what's going on?
Would you listen to me?
Oh, now, wait. Okay, wait. Would you just please look in the breast pocket of my shirt? Huh? All right? Yeah, there it is. That's good.
Special agent of the DA's office. All rise. This court is in session. Mr. Prosecutor.
Your Honor, the state calls Paul Dvorak to the stand.
What are you two looking so glum about? We did it, didn't we?
How's your arm?
Oh, sore. Very sore. Well, come on. Let's celebrate. Let's have a party.
That car's waiting for me. You see, the DA's office feels it's better I leave New York, and I agree with him.
Ah, so no party, huh?
No, not for me. But why don't you two go ahead and have a party without me? I would think you'd be very happy to get rid of me. Oh, say hello to Ambrose for me, huh? And tell him that I said you did a very good job.
I will. Good luck.
Thank you. Well, that's twice you saved my life, and that's pretty hard for a man to take. I don't think I can forgive you.
Well, you better try. I'm catching a ride in that official car of yours.
Where do you want to go?
West?
West?
Well, I mean, I can't go much further east. We'll see what happens. All right?
All right.
Matt, I'm sorry. Take care, okay?
You too. Yeah, I'd like to place a call to Dublin, Ireland, please. Collect